Hello, my name is Greg Hall. Today we're going to discuss the pull drop mark call-in system. This system is the only approved method for calling in, marking, and preparing food at the Waffle House. The pull drop mark call-in system is made up of 3 basic steps: the pull, the drop, and the mark.
Pull 1/4.
The pull refers to the number and type of meats to be cooked. Pull 1 bacon, for example, would instruct the grill operator to pull 3 strips of bacon from the refrigerator and place it on the grill. Notice that I said 1 bacon and not a bacon. You must always use an exact number. These numbers refer to the number of orders to be cooked and not necessarily the number of pieces of meat. While you pull 1 T-bone, when pull 1 T-bone is called, you would pull 2 pieces of pork chop when pull 1 pork chop is called, because 1 order of pork chops is actually 2 chops. How well a steak is prepared does not need to be called in at this time, unless that steak is rare or medium rare. The cooking instructions will come later in the call-in during the mark. Grill operators, go ahead and season all red meats before you move on to the next step. One final thing to remember for the pull: if you have a sausage sandwich, it must be called in sausage for a sandwich, so that the 2 patties can be pressed together to form a large sausage sandwich patty.
Drop 1 hash brown scattered.
Once a salesperson has visually verified that all the meats have been pulled to the grill or to a plate on top of the cook's board, they will say drop to specify how many scoops of hash browns to put on the grill and whether they are scattered or in the ring. Don't worry about any toppings that go into the hash browns, whether they're double or triple at this point. That will come later in the mark. If all the hash browns are in the ring, the salesperson will say drop 3 hash browns in the ring. If none of the hash browns are in the ring, they'll say drop 3 hash browns scattered. If some are in the ring and some are scattered, they'll only tell you the number that are in the ring. For example, if they need 3 hash browns and 1 is in the ring, they'll say drop 3 hash browns, 1 in the ring. The drop is also a time where the salesperson can let you know if the customer wants the hash browns scattered well or scattered light. So a salesperson may say drop 1 hash brown scattered well, and this lets you know that the customer wants their hash browns cooked well. They may also ask you to drop 1 hash brown steamed. In that case, the salesperson will bring you half full glass of ice, and you'll prepare those hash browns steamed under the dome according to the Waffle House way.
Mark Texas patty melt, plate scattered, smothered, covered, and peppered.
Once a salesperson has visually confirmed that the meats have been pulled to the grill and hash browns have been dropped, they will call in the full order. This is called the mark. It is at this point that the salesperson will call all the details of the order into you, including how steaks are to be cooked, which hash browns will be doubles or triples, and also any toppings that will go into the hash browns. This is where the magic marker system begins. As the salesperson calls in the order, it is your job to begin placing markers on the plates using the special code that Waffle House has designed to help you remember exactly how everything is to be prepared. We call the system magic because our customers often do not notice the markers on the plates and think you have memorized all of the orders that were being called in. In reality, you're just using our code to mark the orders so that you can read the plates and get orders prepared quickly and accurately every time.
Texas patty melt plate, scattered, smothered, covered, and peppered.
Thank you.
Now that you've got the marks on the plates, it's time for one last step in the pull drop mark system, the callback. The salesperson will be watching you as you mark the plates and also waiting for you to call back the order to make sure you've got it exactly right. Don't keep them waiting. Call back the order to them as soon as you get it marked so that they can get back to taking care of the customer and you can get back to cooking the food. Okay, now that you understand the basics of the pull drop mark system, I'll talk you through the most common marks and show you how to mark them. Waffle House is one of the world's leading servers of eggs, so why don't we talk about them first? All of our egg breakfasts are automatically served with grits and white toast. A customer may choose to have a biscuit or possibly wheat, raisin, or Texas toast instead, and can also substitute hash browns, sliced tomatoes, or oatmeal for their grits. Let's start off by marking an order scramble. Simply place a right-side-up jelly pack vertically in the bottom position of the plate. The jelly pack represents 2 eggs, which we call an order, and the location of the plate tells us that they are scrambled. With the plate marked like this, the customer is getting an order of scrambled eggs with white toast and grits. If the customer would rather have hash browns, you simply add a few shreds of hash browns to the plate. For tomatoes, instead of grits, simply add a slice of tomato, and for oatmeal, instead of grits, simply add a napkin with a brown sugar pack on top of it. If the customer wants their grits to be served in a bowl, you would indicate that by placing a napkin on the plate, as all bowls on a plate must be served with a napkin underneath to prevent sliding. In this order, if the customer wants wheat toast, we simply flip the jelly pack over to indicate wheat. We use a pack of apple butter if the customer wants raisin toast. If the customer wants a slice of Texas toast or a biscuit instead, mark the eggs with a jelly pack and place a slice of Texas toast or a biscuit on the plate to remind you that they prefer to have Texas toast or a biscuit instead. Some folks like to have their toast unbuttered or dry. In this case, we have a special mark to remind us to hold the butter. Easy enough. It's a butter packet underneath the jelly packet like this. So what if a customer wants double toast? Easy. Mark the eggs and then put an additional jelly pack beside the egg marker to indicate the extra order of toast, like this. Now that we've learned some of the basics for marking eggs, let's look at some other variables to keep in mind when marking egg orders. While most customers order 2 eggs, occasionally a customer may only want a single egg. In that case, we'll mark the egg in the appropriate position to show how the egg is cooked and then place a ketchup pack below it. In that case, we'll mark the egg in the appropriate position to show how the egg is cooked and then place a ketchup pack below it. Here you can see that I have marked a single overnight breakfast. In other cases, a customer may be hungry and might want 3 eggs. To mark a triple, you'll mark the eggs with the jelly pack in the appropriate position and include a mustard pack below the jelly pack. Here's an example of how to mark a triple scramble. If the jelly pack indicates 2 eggs, then how might you mark the plate if the customer wants 4 eggs? That's right, you use 2 jelly packs stacked on top of each other like this. Here's the mark for 4 over medium. One of the most popular ways to have eggs at the Waffle House is scrambled. So let's talk about different ways to mark scrambled eggs. The mark for our signature scrambled eggs with cheese is simple. First, mark the eggs as scrambled, like this, and then simply add slices of cheese. It is important to remember that the customer gets 1 slice of cheese for each egg. So if the customer wants 2 eggs, they get 2 slices of cheese. To make this a triple scramble cheese, you add the mustard pack below the jelly pack to make it a triple and add a 3rd slice of cheese. You also want to tear off a small corner of the cheese and place it on the top of the marker to help you remember that it comes with cheese. If the customer wants their eggs scrambled light so they're a little runny, mark the scrambled eggs and include an upside-down mayo pack to indicate light. And remember to remove the marker before you take the plate to the customer. Scrambled well eggs are similar, only you turn the mayo pack right side up to show that they want the scrambled eggs to be cooked well. Next, we'll look at how to mark over light, over medium, and over well eggs. Note over light is marked with the jelly pack on the left side of the plate, like this. And order over medium is logically right in the middle of the plate. And an order over well is all the way to the right side of the plate. Notice that the level of doneness for the eggs increases from left to right. Let's look at the last few types of eggs available for the Waffle House. We refer to sunny side up eggs simply as up and mark them by placing the marker up on the top of the plate like this. Occasionally, a customer may ask for their eggs to be basted, which means they're partially cooked on the grill. The mark for this is here just below the up egg position. Poached eggs are another less common order, and these eggs are made by cooking the egg whites and yolks in boiling water. The mark for poached is between the scrambled and over medium positions. Sometimes a customer may not want the toast, grits, or anything else other than their eggs. These options are very easy to mark. Here, I'll mark an order over well, hold the grits. Notice that I used a 9-inch waffle plate, but still mark the eggs the same way as if it were on a platter. This slightly smaller plate is a visual reminder that the customer doesn't want grits. Can you guess how to mark those same over well eggs on the side? That's right. You'd use the same marker, only you'd place it on a small plate to remind you that they do not want toast or grits. Finally, if the customer wants to hold the toast, you simply place a butter knife on the plate. These rules for hold the grits, hold the toast, and on the side apply to all egg orders, including omelets. You may have asked yourself why I made sure to keep the jelly packs vertical when marking the egg breakfast. That's because if I turn the pack horizontally like this, it means that this is now the mark for an omelet. There are 4 positions on the plate to mark an omelet: ham, sausage, bacon, and plain. I'm going to show you an easy way to remember them. A horizontal pack in the number 1 position here at the top of the plate represents ham. You can remember ham is number 1 because a side order of ham comes with 1 slice. A packet here on the right side in the number 2 position is a sausage omelet. 2 sausage patties come per order, and the marker is in the number 2 position. The number 3 position is used to mark a bacon omelet. 3 strips in an order and a mark in the number 3 position. The plain position is the only one left, and it's in the number 4 position here on the left side of the plate. Examples of omelets that have a mark in the number 4 position could be omelets with no meat in them, such as cheese omelet or a mushroom omelet. These are marked using a horizontal jelly packet in the number 4 position and a piece of the corresponding ingredient. Here you can see a cheese omelet. Also, the Fiesta omelet, which is indicated by a horizontal jelly pack with a right side up salad dressing pack underneath. And a cheesesteak omelet, which is marked with a right side up ketchup packet. 2 slices of cheese and a jelly pack in the number 4 position. Waffles are our namesake, so of course we need to learn how to mark them correctly. A regular waffle is marked using a right side up buttercup on the cook's board. To mark a pecan waffle, simply turn the buttercup over like this. Chocolate chip waffles are another favorite and are easy to mark. Simply mark a regular waffle and place a few pieces of chocolate chip on top of the marker. Sometimes a customer wants their waffle light or dark, so we need to mark them accordingly. We mark the light and the dark waffles the same way we mark the light or well-scrambled eggs, using an upside-down mayo pack for light and a right-side-up mayo pack for dark. Looking at the pack may help you remember which is light and which is dark. Notice the upside-down has no text and is lighter in color. The label side looks darker because of the text on it. For those hungry customers, we offer a double waffle, which is marked by stacking the buttercups on top of each other like this. Finally, if a salesperson calls in a waffle to go, use the to-go syrup packet to remind you that it goes in a to-go plate. Now let's talk about our breakfast sandwiches. Just like omelets, these sandwiches have the same 4 positions: ham, sausage, bacon, and plain. To mark a sandwich, place 2 pickle slices in the appropriate position. Here, you can see I put 2 pickle slices in the number 3 position, which tells me this is a bacon sandwich. If I add a slice of cheese to the plate, I know this is a bacon cheese sandwich. To make this a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, I'll add this right side up mayo packet to the right side of the plate. Don't let this mayo pack confuse you. As long as you see 2 pickles on the plate, you know this is a sandwich. When marking a sandwich, this mayo pack and pickles means a sandwich with eggs. If a customer wanted the eggs on their sandwich to be scrambled instead of the standard over well egg, I'd move this mayo pack down to the bottom of the plate to show that the egg is scrambled. So how would I mark it if the customer wanted an egg and cheese sandwich? That's right. I would put 2 pickles in the plain position to show that there's no meat, Add the slice of cheese and put the mayo pack here on the right side to show the egg is cooked over well. What if the customer wants to have a sandwich on a biscuit or Texas toast? The mark remains the same, but you must include the biscuit or Texas toast to let us know the customer doesn't want it served on the standard toast. The last thing I want to cover with sandwiches is the mark for deluxe. Sometimes a customer wants to add lettuce, tomato, or grilled onions to a sandwich that doesn't automatically come with them. We call that sandwich deluxe. Let's say that the customer wants an egg cheese sandwich with lettuce, tomato, and grilled onions. The salesperson would call in and mark egg cheese deluxe, and you would mark it with 2 pickles in the plain position, a mayo pack to indicate the egg, and a slice of cheese, a leaf of lettuce, a slice of tomato, and a piece of diced onion. What if the customer didn't want the grilled onions on this sandwich? Easy. The salesperson would call in, mark egg cheese deluxe, hold the onion, and you would mark it the same way, except you would not put the piece of onion on the plate. Many of our customers will want to add hash browns to these sandwiches, so let's cover the basic markers for our signature Waffle House hash browns. To make an item a plate, which includes hash browns, you simply add a few shreds of hash browns on a platter with the marker. Here, I'll mark a bacon egg cheese plate. If a customer wants a single hash brown on the side, place a few shreds of hash browns on the plate. A double hash brown goes on a waffle plate, and a triple hash brown will go on a platter. If a customer wants ingredients such as onions added to the hash browns, simply add a piece of the add-on to the shreds of hash browns like this. Steamed hash browns are marked by adding a buttercup to the shreds of the hash browns, and a hash brown all the way is marked by adding a right side up dressing pack to the shred of hash browns. Now that we've covered most of our breakfast items, let's move on to our dinners and major meat sandwiches. All major meat dinners automatically come with hash browns and a piece of grilled Texas toast. Our major meat and egg dinners also automatically come with hash browns, but they include eggs and white toast. Our steak meals require a little extra work when marking, because we will show how well the customer wants their steak cooked by where we place the marker on the plate. T-bone dinner medium, for instance, is marked with the right side up buttercup in the middle of the plate and a few shreds of hash browns. How well the steak is cooked increases the further up the plate you go. So the bottom of the plate is rare, then up to medium rare, medium, medium well, and finally well done. You don't have to worry about positioning for chicken, pork chop, and country ham, as these are always cooked well done. Major meats and eggs are marked the same as the corresponding dinner, except you must remember to mark the eggs and toast. Here, for example, is T-bone and eggs, well done, and over medium, wheat. We just learned that a T-bone is marked with the right side up buttercup. But if we flip the buttercup over, we now have the mark for a ribeye. Let's look at the mustard pack. The right side up, this mustard pack represents pork chops, while upside down, we've marked country ham. A right side up ketchup pack is used to mark a sirloin dinner. Mayonnaise pack represents a quarter-pound hamburger when right side up, and chicken when upside down. There are 2 ways that a customer might add some great flavor to their dinner or major meat and eggs, and that is by making them Southern Classic or Country Classic. Southern Classic meals are marked using the normal marker and adding an upside-down dressing packet. Country Classic is easy, as all you have to do is place a piece of mushroom and diced onion with the mark to remind you to add onions and mushrooms with the meat. Next, I want to talk about our major meat sandwiches. Probably the most common major meat sandwich is our quarter-pound hamburger, which we simply call quarter. Quarters and all major meat sandwiches come deluxe and should be marked the same way we discussed earlier. Here, I'll show you how to mark a quarter deluxe. The marker is a right-side up mayo pack with lettuce, tomato, and a piece of onion. The chicken sandwich is another popular menu item. Simply flip the mayo pack upside down and include deluxe items. If I switched out the mayo pack for a right-side up mustard pack, we would have a pork chop sandwich. If we turn that pack over like this, we have the mark for a country ham sandwich. A ketchup pack with deluxe set up lets us know that we have a sirloin sandwich. Customers will often want to add bacon to their major meat sandwich. If this is the case, a half order of bacon is included on the sandwich, and the plate is to be marked with a piece of chunked ham to represent the bacon. Here you can see a bacon quarter cheese deluxe. Originals are great little burgers with their own special way of preparation and marking, as they are not handled like major meat sandwiches. An original is marked with a single pickle in the center of the plate with a piece of onion on top of it. If a customer wants 2 patties, the mark for a double original would include 1 pickle and 2 pieces of onion. Like this. The final items we'll cover today are Waffle House wraps and melts. All sandwiches can be served as a wrap and are marked exactly as they would be for the corresponding sandwich. You simply add a tortilla to the plate. Here's the mark for a sausage, egg, cheese wrap. Notice the egg marker is in the scramble position because all wraps include scrambled eggs. A melt is a sandwich that is served with grilled bread, 2 slices of cheese, and grilled onions, such as a patty melt. Breakfast sandwiches can be served as melts, but they do not include onions. To mark a melt, simply place the appropriate mark for the meat and include the type of bread to be grilled and the slices of cheese with the mark. Here, I'll mark a Texas cheesesteak sandwich with a right side up ketchup pack, 2 slices of cheese, and 2 pieces of Texas toast. Well, that's all for today. Remember, we didn't cover every single mark that exists. So if you are unsure about any of the marks, always consult the Waffle House way. And always wear gloves when handling ready-to-eat foods, such as many of our markers. The pull drop mark system is not only mandatory here at the Waffle House, it is also a proven method for reducing stress in the restaurant and providing consistent, delicious food for all of our customers. Hello, my name is Greg Hall. Today we're going to discuss the pull drop mark calling system. This system is the only approved method for calling in, marking, and preparing food at the Waffle House. The pull drop mark calling system is made up of 3 basic steps: the pull, the drop, and the mark.
Pull 1 quarter.
The pull refers to the number and type of meats to be cooked. Pull 1 bacon, for example, would instruct the grill operator to pull 3 strips of bacon from the refrigerator and place it on the grill. Notice that I said 1 bacon and not a bacon. You must always use an exact number. These numbers refer to the number of orders to be cooked and not necessarily the number of pieces of meat. While you pull 1 T-bone,